Hey warriors, you wake up every morning, look in the mirror, and wonder if today will be different. Wonder if this is the day you finally break through. Wonder if you'll ever become the person you know you're meant to be. The truth hits hard. You are the only one standing between who you are and who you could become. Success isn't hiding in some distant future. It's not locked behind doors you can't open. It lives inside you right now, waiting for permission to rise. The best version of yourself isn't a fantasy. It's a choice you make every single day, in every single moment, with every single decision. We spend so much time looking outside ourselves for answers. We chase programs, blueprints, secrets from people who seem to have it all figured out. But here's what nobody tells you. The person you're searching for is already here. Beneath the doubt, beneath the fear, beneath every excuse you've ever made, that person exists, strong, capable, ready. As Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, the only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. That decision starts now, not tomorrow, not when things get easier, not when you feel ready. Now. Becoming your best self isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about showing up when you don't feel like it. It's about choosing growth over comfort. It's about looking at your reflection and saying, I'm worth the work. This journey won't always feel good. Some days will test you. Some moments will make you question everything. But every step forward, no matter how small, builds the foundation of who you're becoming. And that foundation is stronger than you think. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to see the entire path. You just need to take the first step, then another, then another. Success is built in these small, deliberate moments of courage. The world needs your best self. Your family needs it. Your dreams need it. And most importantly, you need it. You deserve to see what happens when you stop holding back, when you stop playing small, when you finally give yourself permission to rise. Right now, I want you to do something for me. Hit that like button, drop a comment, share this with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to this channel because we're building something powerful here together. And whatever you do, don't skip any part of this video. Every point we're about to cover will give you something you can use today to start becoming your best self. Your transformation begins the moment you claim it. Drop this affirmation in the comments. My success starts with me. Number 1. Stop negotiating with your future self. You make deals with yourself constantly. I'll start tomorrow. I'll do it next week. Monday will be different. After this weekend, I'll get serious. You negotiate with the future version of yourself like they're a separate person who'll magically have more discipline, more motivation, more willpower than you have right now. But here's the truth. Tomorrow's you are the same person as today's you. They'll have the same struggles, the same excuses, the same temptations. The only difference is they'll have one less day to make it happen. Every time you push your commitment to tomorrow, you're stealing from your future. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself you'd wake up early, and when the alarm rang, you negotiated? Just 10 more minutes. I'll start tomorrow. One day won't matter. That negotiation happens in a split second, and you lose before you even realize you were in a battle. As Mel Robbins said, you are never going to feel like it. That feeling you're waiting for, the burst of motivation, the surge of energy, the perfect readiness, it's not coming. You have to act before you feel ready. You have to move before you feel motivated. You have to honor your commitments even when every part of you wants to renegotiate. Your best self doesn't make deals with tomorrow. Your best self shows up today, right now, in this moment, with whatever energy, motivation, or willingness you have. Because showing up imperfectly is infinitely better than waiting for the perfect moment that never comes. Every negotiation you make with your future self teaches you that your commitments are flexible. that your word to yourself doesn't really mean anything, that when things get hard, you'll always find a way out, and over time, that pattern becomes who you are. Someone who talks big but delivers small, someone who sets goals but doesn't reach them, someone who wants to change but never actually does. Stop the negotiations. When you set a commitment, honor it. When you make a plan, execute it. When you say you'll do something, do it. No negotiations, no deals, no pushing it to tomorrow. Today is the day. This moment is the moment. You are the person who has to do it. The future version of yourself that you keep making deals with. They're counting on you to stop. They're hoping you'll finally follow through. They're praying you'll stop negotiating and start acting, because every time you push something to tomorrow, you're handing them a heavier load. Start small if you need to. Make one commitment that's non-negotiable, just one. Maybe it's drinking water first thing in the morning. Maybe it's no phone for the first hour. Maybe it's 5 minutes of movement. Whatever it is, make it sacred. No negotiations, no exceptions, no deals. Watch what happens when you stop negotiating. You build trust with yourself. You prove that your word means something. You create evidence that you're someone who follows through. And that evidence compounds. It builds momentum. It creates a new identity. Someone who does what they say they'll do. The negotiations feel harmless in the moment. What's one more day? What's the big deal? But those small negotiations are training you to break commitments. They're teaching you that your goals are optional. They're reinforcing the pattern of starting strong and fading fast. Your best self lives on the other side of those negotiations, on the other side of the excuses, on the other side of pushing things to tomorrow. That version of you is waiting for you to stop making deals and start making moves. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed. Tomorrow isn't easier. Tomorrow is just another today, where you'll face the same choice. Follow through or negotiate. Stop betting on a future version of yourself that doesn't exist. Start honoring the current version that does. The alarm goes off. Don't negotiate. The craving hits. Don't negotiate. The discomfort rises. Don't negotiate. Just do what you said you'd do. That's it. That's how you build your best self. One non-negotiable commitment at a time. Every promise you keep to yourself builds the foundation of who you're becoming. Type this in the comments. I keep my promises. Number 2. Remember your wins, not just your losses. Your brain has a highlight reel, but it only plays the worst moments. Every mistake you've made, every time you fell short, every embarrassing moment, every failure. It replays them over and over until they feel like your entire story. But what about the wins? What about the times you showed up when it was hard? What about the obstacles you overcame? What about the moments you surprised yourself with your own strength? Those moments exist too, but you've trained your mind to skip right past them. This isn't an accident. Your brain is wired to remember threats and problems because thousands of years ago that kept you alive. But you're not running from predators anymore. You're trying to build a life, and you can't build anything solid on a foundation of remembered failures. As Tony Robbins said, where focus goes, energy flows. If you focus on everything you've done wrong, that's where your energy will go. You'll feel defeated before you even start. But if you shift that focus to what you've done right, you give yourself fuel to keep moving. Your best self needs evidence that you're capable, not imaginary evidence, real proof from your own life. And that proof already exists. You've already done hard things. You've already survived tough days. You've already made it through moments you didn't think you'd survive. That's not luck, that's strength. Start keeping track. Write down your wins, not just the big ones. The small ones count too. You got out of bed when depression told you to stay down. You had the hard conversation you'd been avoiding. You chose the healthy option when the easy one was right there. You finished something you started. You tried when you were scared. These moments matter. They're building blocks. Each one proves that you're stronger than you think. But if you don't remember them, they fade away like they never happened. And you're left feeling like you never accomplish anything. Keep a list. Put it somewhere you can see it. Add to it regularly. On the days when you feel like you're failing at everything, pull out that list and read it. Remind yourself that you've won before. Remind yourself that you're capable. Remind yourself that your history includes victories, not just defeats. This isn't about ignoring your mistakes. Learn from them. Extract the lesson. But don't set up camp there. Don't let your failures become your identity. You are not defined by what went wrong. You're defined by what you do next. Your mind will fight you on this. It's comfortable in negativity. It knows how to live there. But you have to retrain it. Every time it pulls up a failure, you counter it with a win. Every time it says, "Remember when you messed up," you say, "Remember when I figured it out." This is about balance. Right now, your mental scale is tipped completely toward the negative. You remember every criticism, but forget every compliment. You replay every loss, but skip every victory. That imbalance is killing your confidence. It's making you believe you're less capable than you actually are. Your wins are real. They happened. They count. And they deserve the same space in your memory as your losses. Actually, they deserve more space, because wins show you what's possible. Losses only show you what didn't work that one time. Think about someone you admire, someone successful. Do you think they got there by constantly reliving their failures? No. They learned from mistakes and moved on. They built momentum by stacking wins, not dwelling on losses. You can do the same thing. Start today. Before you go to sleep tonight, write down 3 things you did right. Not 3 perfect things, just 3 things that moved you forward. 3 small victories. 3 pieces of evidence that you're making progress. Do it again tomorrow. And the day after that. Watch how quickly that list grows. Watch how your perspective shifts. Watch how your confidence builds when you have proof, real documented proof, that you're capable of winning. Your best self isn't built on perfection. It's built on remembered progress, on celebrated growth, on acknowledged victories that remind you you're moving in the right direction. Stop giving your failures a loudspeaker and your wins a whisper. Turn up the volume on what you're doing right. Let those moments be loud. Let them take up space. Let them remind you that you're stronger than your worst days. What you celebrate grows stronger in your life. Let me see this affirmation below. I celebrate my progress. Number 3. Close the gap between knowing and doing. You know what you need to do. You've read the books. You've watched the videos. You've consumed the content. You understand the principles. You've got the knowledge. But you're still stuck in the same place because knowing and doing are 2 completely different things. Knowledge without action is just entertainment. It makes you feel productive while you stay exactly where you are. You collect information like it's going to transform you automatically, but transformation doesn't happen in your head. It happens in your hands, your feet, your daily choices. The gap between what you know and what you do is where dreams go to die. It's where potential gets buried. It's where your best self sits waiting while your current self keeps researching, planning, preparing, anything except actually moving. As Leonardo da Vinci said, "I have been impressed with the urgency of doing. Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Being willing is not enough. We must do." Those words were true 500 years ago, and they're true right now. You know you should exercise, so why aren't you moving? You know you should eat better, so why is your kitchen full of junk? You know you should save money, so why is your account empty? You know you should start that project, So why haven't you opened the document? The answer is simple but uncomfortable. Knowing is easy, doing is hard. Knowing keeps you safe. Doing requires risk. Knowing lets you stay comfortable. Doing demands that you change, and change, even good change, feels scary. But here's what most people miss. The doing gets easier every single time you do it. The first step is the hardest. The first workout hurts the most. The first draft is the messiest. The first attempt is the scariest. But each time you close that gap between knowing and doing, the gap gets smaller. Start with one thing. Pick the most important piece of knowledge you have right now. The one thing you know would change your life if you actually did it. Not 10 things. One. Then do it today. Not perfectly, not completely. Just start. You don't need more information. You need more action. You don't need another course. You need to use what you already learned. You don't need to understand it better. You need to execute it imperfectly. The gap exists because you're waiting for certainty. You want to know it'll work before you try. You want to feel ready before you start. You want guarantees before you commit. But life doesn't work that way. You build certainty through action, not before it. Your best self lives on the other side of executed knowledge, on the other side of applied wisdom, on the other side of taking what you know and turning it into what you do. That version of you isn't smarter. They're just braver about closing the gap. Stop reading about fitness and start moving. Stop studying success and start building. Stop planning your goals and start working toward them. Stop thinking about the life you want and start living it, one small action at a time. Every day you choose knowing over doing, you reinforce the pattern. You teach yourself that learning is enough, that understanding is the finish line. But it's not. It's the starting line, and you've been standing at the start for too long. The world doesn't reward knowledge. It rewards execution. It rewards the people who take what they know and turn it into something real, something tangible, something that exists outside their head. Close the gap. Today, right now, take one piece of knowledge and act on it. Then, tomorrow, do it again. Keep closing that gap until there's no space left between what you know and who you are. The distance between your dreams and reality closes with action. Drop this powerful declaration. Knowledge becomes action now. Number 4. Your value isn't tied to your output. You've been taught a dangerous lie, that your worth is measured by what you produce, how much you accomplish, how busy you are, how many items you check off your list, how productive your day was. And when you don't produce enough, you feel worthless. This is killing you quietly. You run yourself into the ground, trying to prove you deserve to exist. You skip rest because rest feels like failure. You push through exhaustion because stopping feels like weakness. You measure your value by your output, and when the output drops, so does your sense of self. But here's the truth nobody tells you. You are valuable simply because you exist, not because of what you create, not because of what you accomplish, not because of how much you do. You matter because you're human, and that's enough. As Brené Brown said, you are imperfect. You are wired for struggle, but you are worthy of love and belonging. Your worth isn't conditional. It's not something you earn. It's something you have right now, exactly as you are. Your best self understands this. Your best self knows that rest isn't laziness, that taking a break isn't quitting, that having a slow day doesn't erase your value. Your best self knows that being human means having limits, and honoring those limits is strength, not weakness. Look at how you treat yourself on unproductive days. The names you call yourself, the guilt you carry, the shame you feel for being tired, for needing a break, for not operating at maximum capacity every single moment. You wouldn't treat a friend that way. So why do you treat yourself like that? You're not a machine. Machines are designed to produce constantly. Humans aren't. Humans need rest. Humans need recovery. Humans need moments where nothing gets done except breathing and existing. And those moments don't make you less valuable. Stop apologizing for taking care of yourself. Stop feeling guilty for needing downtime. Stop measuring your worth by your calendar, your inbox, your to-do list. Those things measure your activity, not your value. And there's a massive difference. Your value is inherent. It exists whether you're crushing goals or lying in bed, whether you're at your peak or in a valley, whether you're producing or recovering. You don't become more valuable on your best days and less valuable on your worst days. You're constant. Your worth doesn't fluctuate with your performance. This mindset shift will save your life. It'll let you rest without guilt. It'll let you recover without shame. It'll let you be human without feeling like you're failing. And ironically, when you stop tying your worth to your output actually improves because you're not running on empty anymore. Give yourself permission to have off days, days where you accomplish nothing, days where you just exist, days where survival is the only goal. Those days don't make you a failure. They make you human, and being human is not a flaw you need to overcome. You don't need to earn your rest. You don't need to hit a certain productivity threshold before you're allowed to stop. You're allowed to rest simply because you need it. That's reason enough. Your best self knows when to push and when to pause, when to work and when to recover, when to produce and when to just be. That balance isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's understanding that sustainable success comes from honoring your humanity, not denying it. Stop running from rest like it's the enemy. Stop treating your need for recovery like a character flaw. Stop measuring your day by what you produced instead of how you felt, how you grew, how you showed up for yourself. You are more than what you make, more than what you accomplish, more than what you produce. You are a human being, not a human doing, and your being has value that exists completely independent of your doing. Tomorrow, when you wake up, before you think about your to-do list, remind yourself, I am valuable today, no matter what I accomplish. Say it out loud. Let it sink in. Let it change how you move through your day. Your worth is not up for debate. It's not conditional. It's not something you lose when you rest or gain when you work. It just is. And the sooner you accept that, the freer you'll be to become your best self without burning out trying to prove you deserve to exist. Your worth was never up for debate. It just is. Comment this truth right now. I am valuable as I am. Number 5. Build strength through small, hard things. You're waiting for one big moment to prove your strength, one massive challenge that'll transform you, one dramatic turning point. But that's not how strength builds. Strength builds quietly, in the small moments you'd rather avoid. It builds when you wake up on time, even though your bed feels perfect. When you choose water over soda. When you do the workout, when every part of you wants to skip it. When you have the difficult conversation instead of avoiding it. These moments feel insignificant, but they're everything. Your best self isn't forged in comfort. It's forged in the tiny battles you fight every single day, the ones nobody sees, the ones that don't make good stories, the ones that feel pointless in the moment but compound into something powerful over time. As Muhammad Ali said, I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit, suffer now, and live the rest of your life as a champion. The small, hard things you do today create the strong person you become tomorrow. Think of it like building muscle. You don't get strong by lifting heavy weight once. You get strong through consistent resistance. Small weights, repeated often, create real change. The same principle applies to your character, your discipline, your mental toughness. Every time you do something hard when you'd rather do something easy, you're building that muscle. Every time you choose discomfort over comfort, you're getting stronger. Every time you push through when quitting would be easier, you're proving to yourself what you're capable of. Start small. Don't try to overhaul your entire life with massive challenges. Pick one small hard thing and do it daily. Take a cold shower. Wake up 30 minutes earlier. Write for 10 minutes. Do 20 push-ups. Read instead of scroll. The specific thing doesn't matter as much as the consistency. The magic isn't in the action itself. The magic is in doing it when you don't want to, when you're tired, when it's inconvenient, when nobody would know if you skipped it. That's where the strength builds, in the decision to follow through when every part of you wants to quit. These small hard things are training for bigger hard things. When real challenges come, and they will, you'll have built the mental strength to face them. You'll have proof that you can do difficult things. You'll have a track record of not quitting when it gets uncomfortable. Most people avoid discomfort at all costs. They optimize for ease. They choose the path of least resistance every single time. And then they wonder why they feel weak, why they crumble under pressure, why they can't handle adversity. It's because they never trained for it. You're training right now, whether you realize it or not. Every choice is either building strength or building weakness. Every moment of discomfort you embrace is a deposit. Every moment of discomfort you avoid is a withdrawal. Your account is either growing or shrinking with each decision. The beautiful thing about small hard things is that they're accessible. You don't need special equipment. You don't need perfect circumstances. You don't need to wait for the right time. You can start right now, right where you are, with what you have. And the wins come fast. You'll feel the difference almost immediately, not in your circumstances, but in how you see yourself. You'll start to trust yourself more, respect yourself more, believe in yourself more, because you're proving daily that you're someone who does hard things. Your best self isn't comfortable. Your best self is capable. And capability is built one small hard choice at a time, one uncomfortable decision at a time, one moment of resistance at a time. Don't wait for life to force you into hard situations. Seek them out. Embrace them. Use them as opportunities to build the strength you'll need for everything that's coming, because the stronger you are, the more life you can handle, the more dreams you can chase, the more potential you can unlock. Stop avoiding the hard things. Start seeking them. Start small. Stay consistent. Watch how quickly you transform from someone who runs from discomfort to someone who runs toward it, knowing that's where growth lives. Greatness isn't built in grand moments. It's built in the small, brave choices you make daily. Put this in the comments. Small choices build strength. Number 6. Have the hard conversations you're avoiding. There's a conversation you need to have. You know exactly which one. It's been sitting in the back of your mind for weeks, maybe months. Every time you think about it, your stomach tightens, so you push it away. You tell yourself it can wait. You convince yourself it's not that important. But it is. Avoiding hard conversations doesn't make them go away. It just lets them grow. That uncomfortable truth you need to share gets heavier every day you carry it. That boundary you need to set becomes harder to enforce the longer you wait. That conflict you need to address festers until it poisons everything around it. Your best self doesn't run from difficult conversations. Your best self walks straight into them, even when your voice shakes, even when you're not sure what to say, even when you'd rather do literally anything else. As Susan Scott said, the conversation is the relationship. Every conversation you avoid is a crack in a foundation. Every truth you don't speak is a wall you build between yourself and the life you want. Every uncomfortable topic you dodge keeps you stuck in situations that don't serve you. Think about what you're protecting by staying silent. Temporary comfort, false peace, someone else's feelings while you sacrifice your own. None of that is worth the cost. The cost is your peace of mind, your self-respect, your authentic relationships, your growth. Having the hard conversation doesn't mean being cruel. It doesn't mean attacking. It doesn't mean burning bridges. It means being honest with kindness. It means saying what needs to be said with respect for both yourself and the other person. It means valuing truth over comfort. The conversation you're avoiding might be with someone else, but sometimes it's with yourself. The truth you won't admit, the dream you won't acknowledge, the change you won't accept. Those internal conversations are just as important, maybe more important. Start preparing, not by rehearsing perfect words, but by getting clear on your truth. What do you need to say? What boundary needs to be set? What feeling needs to be expressed? What reality needs to be acknowledged? Get clear first, then find the courage to speak. The fear you feel before the conversation is almost always worse than the conversation itself. Your mind creates catastrophic scenarios. You imagine the worst possible outcomes, but when you finally have the conversation, most of that fear dissolves. Even if it's difficult, it's rarely as bad as you imagined. And here's what happens on the other side. Freedom, relief, clarity. Even if the conversation doesn't go perfectly, you'll feel lighter because you spoke your truth. You'll respect yourself more because you didn't hide. You'll be stronger because you faced what you were afraid of. Some hard conversations will end relationships. That's okay. Relationships that can't survive honesty weren't healthy to begin with. Your truth is a filter. It shows you who can handle the real you and who only wants the version of you that never rocks the boat. Other hard conversations will strengthen relationships. They'll create deeper trust. They'll clear the air. They'll establish real understanding. The people who can sit with you in uncomfortable truth are the people worth keeping close. Either way, you win. Either you free yourself from unhealthy dynamics, or you build stronger, more authentic connections. But you only get there by having the conversation. Silence keeps everything exactly as it is. And if where you are isn't working, silence is your enemy. Stop waiting for the perfect time. There isn't one. Stop waiting for the perfect words. You'll find them as you speak. Stop waiting for the courage to feel easy. It won't. Do it scared. Do it imperfectly. Just do it. Your best self lives on the other side of that conversation. The one that's been waiting. The one you keep postponing. The one that makes your heart race when you think about it. That conversation is the bridge between who you are and who you're becoming. Set a deadline. Tell yourself, by this date, I will have this conversation. Then honor that deadline like your growth depends on it, because it does. Every day you wait is a day you stay stuck. Every day you avoid it is a day you choose temporary comfort over permanent freedom. Write down what you need to say if that helps. Practice in the mirror. Talk to a friend first. Do whatever you need to do to prepare. But don't let preparation become another form of avoidance. At some point, you have to stop preparing and start speaking. The hard conversations are where transformation happens, where boundaries get set, where truth gets told, where relationships either deepen or end, where you prove to yourself that you can do difficult things, where your best self emerges. Stop running, turn around, face it, have the conversation. Watch how much lighter you feel when you stop carrying what needs to be said. Your voice carries power when you choose to use it. Declare this below: I speak my truth. Number 7. Stop measuring yourself against others. You scroll through your phone and see everyone else winning, their success, their happiness, their perfect moments. And suddenly, Your life feels small. Your progress feels insignificant. Your journey feels like it's moving too slow. You're playing a game where the rules keep changing based on what everyone else is doing. This is the comparison trap, and it's destroying your peace. You measure your chapter 3 against someone else's chapter 20. You compare your behind the scenes with someone else's highlight reel. You judge your entire journey based on someone else's curated moments, and you lose every single time. Your best self doesn't exist in comparison. Your best self exists in your own lane, running your own race, focused on your own progress. The moment you start measuring yourself against others is the moment you lose sight of your own path. As Theodore Roosevelt said, comparison is the thief of joy. It steals your happiness. It robs your contentment. It takes the victories you've earned and makes them feel worthless because someone else has something different, something more, something better. But here's what comparison doesn't show you: the struggle behind their success, the failures that came before their wins, the years of work that led to that moment you're jealous of. You see the result, not the process. You see the destination, not the journey. And that incomplete picture makes you feel like you're failing when you're not. Their timeline isn't yours. Their path isn't yours. Their gifts aren't yours. Their struggles aren't yours. Comparing your journey to theirs is like comparing apples to hammers. They're not even the same category. What works for them might not work for you. What's easy for them might be hard for you. And that's okay. The only person you should compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. That's it. That's the only comparison that matters. Are you further along than you were last week? Have you grown since last month? Are you stronger, wiser, better than you were last year? That's the measure of success. Stop keeping score against people who aren't even playing the same game. Stop letting their wins make your progress feel small. Stop using their highlight reel as evidence that you're behind. You're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be on your journey. Every time you catch yourself comparing, redirect. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this instead of feeling bad about it? How can I use this as inspiration instead of ammunition against myself? How can I celebrate their success while still honoring my own? Comparison puts you in competition with the wrong people. You're not competing with them. You're competing with your own potential. You're racing against your own excuses. You're fighting your own resistance. That's the real battle. Everything else is a distraction. Your worth isn't determined by how you stack up against others. Your value doesn't increase when you're ahead or decrease when you're behind. You are valuable independent of where anyone else is on their journey. Full stop. Focus on your lane. What are you building? What are you learning? What are you becoming? Those are the questions that matter. Not what they're doing, not where they are, not how fast they're moving. Your focus needs to be on your own growth, not their highlight reel. When you stop comparing, you start creating. When you stop measuring yourself against others, you start measuring yourself against your potential. And that's where real growth happens. That's where your best self emerges. Delete the apps if you need to. Unfollow the accounts that make you feel less than. Protect your peace from the comparison trap. Your mental health is more important than staying updated on everyone else's life. Run your race, at your pace, with your strengths, toward your goals. Let everyone else do the same. There's enough success to go around. Their win doesn't mean your loss. Their progress doesn't mean your failure. Their journey doesn't define yours. The only person you need to beat is the person you were yesterday. Focus there, improve there, compete there. That's the comparison that actually moves you forward. The only race that matters is the one against the person you were yesterday. Write this affirmation: I compete with yesterday's me. Number 8. Make choices your future self will thank you for. Right now, in this moment, You're creating your future. Every choice you make is a vote for the life you'll live tomorrow. Every decision is either building the person you want to become or keeping you stuck as the person you've always been. Your future self is watching, hoping you'll choose wisely. Most people live for right now. They choose what feels good in the moment without thinking about the cost. The extra hour of sleep instead of the morning workout. The junk food instead of the healthy meal. The mindless scroll instead of the productive work. The easy path instead of the right path. And then they wonder why their future never changes. Your best self understands that today's choices create tomorrow's reality. That present comfort often creates future pain. That delayed gratification isn't punishment, it's investment. Every choice is either a deposit or a withdrawal from your future. As James Clear said, every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Are you voting for the person who gives up when it's hard, or the person who pushes through? Are you voting for the person who takes shortcuts, or the person who does the work? Your choices reveal who you're becoming. Think about your future self 6 months from now, 1 year from now, 5 years from now. What would that version of you thank you for doing today? What would they wish you had started? What would they be grateful you didn't quit? They'd thank you for the hard workouts when you didn't feel like it, for the money you saved instead of spent, for the skills you built instead of scrolling, for the relationships you invested in, for the risks you took, for the discipline you maintained when nobody was watching. They'd also thank you for the things you didn't do. The toxic relationship you walked away from, the unhealthy habits you broke, the negative environments you left, the excuses you stopped making, the comfort zone you stepped out of. Every time you face a choice, ask yourself, will my future self thank me for this? Will this decision move me closer to who I want to become or pull me further away? That simple question changes everything. It gives you perspective beyond the immediate moment. The cookies taste good now, but future you won't thank you for the health problems. The extra episode feels satisfying now, but future you won't thank you for the lost sleep and wasted time. The avoided conversation feels safer now, but future you won't thank you for the unresolved conflict that grew worse. On the other hand, the early morning feels brutal now, but future you will thank you for the productive hours. The difficult conversation feels scary now, but future you will thank you for the clarity and boundaries. The saved money feels like sacrifice now, but future you will thank you for the security and options. Start making decisions like you're building a bridge to the life you want. Each choice is either a plank that supports that bridge or a gap that weakens it. You can't build a strong bridge with weak choices. You can't create a powerful future with powerless decisions. This doesn't mean you can't enjoy today. It means you enjoy today without stealing from tomorrow. It means you find balance between present pleasure and future benefit. It means you stop sacrificing your long-term dreams for short-term comfort. Your future self is counting on you. They can't make today's choices. Only you can. And the choices you make right now are creating the life they'll live. Don't let them down. Don't trade their success for your temporary comfort. Think about the person you want to be a year from now. What habits does that person have? What disciplines? What boundaries? What priorities? Now make choices today that align with that vision. Be that person now, not later. Start voting for them with every decision. The beautiful thing is, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be intentional. You'll make mistakes. You'll choose wrong sometimes. That's human. But if the majority of your choices point toward your best self, you'll get there. Progress, not perfection. Before you make your next decision, pause. Think 5 minutes ahead, 5 hours ahead, 5 days ahead, 5 years ahead. Will this choice serve you then? Will you look back and feel grateful? Or will you wish you had chosen differently? Your future is being written right now, not someday, not when you're ready, right now, with the choice you're about to make. The next meal, the next hour, the next conversation, the next action. Each one matters, each one counts, each one is either building your best self or delaying it. Choose like your future depends on it, because it does. Every single choice is a brick in the foundation of your life. Make sure you're building something worth living in. Stop sacrificing who you could be for who you are right now. Stop trading your potential for temporary pleasure. Stop choosing comfort over growth. Your future self is begging you to make better choices. Listen to them, honor them. Build the life they deserve to live. Number 9. Let go of needing everyone's approval. You're carrying an impossible weight, trying to make everyone happy, trying to get everyone to understand you, trying to earn approval from people who will never give it. And that weight is crushing your best self before it even has a chance to emerge. You can't become who you're meant to be while constantly seeking permission from others. You can't chase your dreams while worrying about what everyone thinks. You can't honor your truth while trying to fit into everyone else's expectations. It doesn't work. It never has. Your best self will disappoint some people. Your growth will confuse them. Your boundaries will upset them. Your success will threaten them. Your authenticity will make them uncomfortable. And you have to be okay with that. As Dr. Seuss said, be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. The people who truly love you will support your growth. The ones who don't, they're showing you they were never really on your team. You've been editing yourself your whole life, dimming your light so others don't feel overshadowed, hiding your dreams so others don't feel threatened, making yourself smaller so others feel bigger, playing it safe so nobody gets uncomfortable. And where has that gotten you? Stuck, unhappy, unfulfilled. Not everyone will understand your journey. Not everyone will celebrate your wins. Not everyone will support your decisions. And that's okay. Their understanding isn't required for your success. Their approval isn't a prerequisite for your happiness. Their support isn't necessary for your growth. The moment you stop needing everyone's approval is the moment you become free. Free to try. Free to fail. Free to succeed. Free to be exactly who you are without apology. That freedom is where your best self lives. Some people will criticize you no matter what you do. You could be perfect, and they'd find something wrong. You could achieve everything, and they'd still have opinions. You could give them everything, and they'd want more. Stop exhausting yourself trying to win over people who have already decided to misunderstand you. Focus on the people who matter, the ones who see your vision, the ones who celebrate your growth, the ones who want you to succeed. Those are your people. Everyone else? They're background noise. Don't let background noise drown out the voices that actually matter. Your path is yours. It doesn't need to make sense to anyone but you. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your choices. You don't need to justify your dreams. You don't need to defend your boundaries. You simply need to honor them and keep moving. Seeking approval puts your power in someone else's hands. It makes your happiness dependent on their opinion. It gives them control over your life. Take that power back. Decide that your opinion of yourself matters more than theirs. Decide that your peace matters more than their approval. When you let go of needing everyone's approval, you'll lose some people. Let them go. Anyone who can't support your growth isn't supposed to be in your next chapter. Anyone who makes you feel bad for evolving doesn't deserve access to your journey. Anyone who requires you to stay small to keep them comfortable isn't your friend. You'll also gain something far more valuable: yourself, the real you, the authentic you, the version of you that doesn't perform for approval, the version that speaks truth without fear, the version that chases dreams without permission. That version is worth more than 1,000 shallow approvals. Stop asking for permission to be yourself. Stop waiting for validation to pursue your dreams. Stop needing everyone to understand before you move forward. You don't need their yes. You need your own, and you've always had it. Your best self doesn't need an audience, doesn't need cheerleaders, doesn't need everyone to get it. Your best self just needs you to believe in it enough to show up, even when nobody's clapping. Especially when nobody's clapping. Walk your path, honor your truth, set your boundaries, chase your dreams, become who you're meant to be, and let the chips fall where they may. The right people will stay, the wrong people will leave, and you'll be free either way. Stop living for applause. Start living for purpose. Stop seeking approval. Start seeking alignment with your own values. Stop trying to please everyone. Start honoring yourself. That's where your best self has been waiting all along. Freedom begins when you stop asking permission to be yourself. Comment this if you're ready. I don't need approval. You made it to the end, and that matters. Most people wouldn't sit through this entire message. Most people would have skipped ahead or moved on to something easier, but you stayed. That tells me something about you. You're serious about this. You're ready for change. Everything we talked about today comes down to one simple truth. Your success starts with you, not your circumstances, not your resources, not your past. You, the choices you make, the habits you build, the person you decide to become. Your best self isn't some distant dream. It's available right now, in this moment, through the decisions you make today. Keep your promises to yourself. Remember your wins. Close the gap between knowing and doing. Know your value isn't tied to your output. Build strength through small, hard things. Have those difficult conversations. Stop comparing yourself to others. Make choices your future self will thank you for, and let go of needing everyone's approval. These aren't just ideas. They're actions, they're daily practices, they're the building blocks of the life you want to live, and every single one is within your reach right now. Your journey won't be easy. There will be days when you want to quit, moments when you doubt everything, times when the old version of you tries to pull you back into comfort, but you're stronger than those moments. You're more capable than you know, and you're worth every bit of effort this transformation requires. Before you go, do me one more favor. Hit that like button, drop a comment below with the affirmation that hit you hardest today. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to this channel because we're just getting started. We're building a community of people who refuse to settle, who choose growth over comfort, who become their best selves one day at a time. Success starts with you. It always has. It always will. Now go prove it. This is your moment, your time, your chance to rise. Type this final affirmation and step into your power. My best self starts today.